Hello students, welcome to the Sri Mata IAS Academy YouTube channel. I am Rashmi, working as a faculty in Sri Mata IAS Academy. In today's session, we will be dealing with one of the very important chapter, that is an election commission, which is a very important chapter for your exams as well. This election commission is a constitutional body. Okay, what is the definition of this constitutional body? These are the bodies or these are the organizations that are derived their powers as well as the authorities from the Indian Constitution. It means that these are the various organizations, they are named in the Indian Constitutional Book, and these bodies, these organizations derive their powers as well as the authorities from the Indian Constitution. And also these are the bodies, these are the organizations that are mentioned in the constitution. Our India is having an indirect democracy. Okay, we are having an indirect democracy where the people or the public does not directly use their authority or a power for a governance. People use the power through a representatives whom they choose from time to time. Okay. In India, there will be elections for every 5 years. Okay. For every 5 years, there will be an elections for the parliament as well as for the state legislatives. That's why the person who are above the age of 18, all the citizens of India who are above the age of 18, they will cast their vote to the candidates who are contesting elections for their constituencies. If this ruling party hadn't worked well, or if there is no development in the country, in the eyes of the people, they will be thrown out after every 5 years. Election is a permanent and an independent body that is established by the Constitution of India. So what is this function of this election commission? The function of this election commission is to ensure free and fair elections in the country. Okay. What is meant by this free? This free means the voter can decide to vote freely for the candidate or the party of his own choice without any fear. And what is meant by this fair? What is the definition of a fair in an election commission? The fair means that all the registered political parties have an equal right to contest elections in the country. The duty of the election commission is to superintend the direction and control of the elections in India. Okay. So, for whom the elections will be conducted? See, these elections will be conducted for the parliament, for the state legislature, for office of the President of India, as well as the office of Vice President of India. Okay. In a parliament, there are two houses. We know that is a Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. For Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, this election commission conducts the elections. And in every state, it conducts the elections for state legislatures also. Okay. That is for state legislative assemblies. Okay. That is for MLAs as well as for MLCs. There are 28 states in India. In every state, we are having a state legislative assemblies. But only 6 states are having the state legislative councils. That is members of the state legislative council. These members are only in 6 states out of 28 states. Okay. Which are those states that are having the state legislative council? First one is Andhra Pradesh. Next is Telangana. Next is Karnataka. Next is Maharashtra. Next is Uttar Pradesh. The last one is Bihar. These are the 6 states. They are having the state legislative councils. But There is no state legislative council in union territories. Okay, there is no state legislative councils. There are no member of legislative councils. There are no MLCs in union territories. It must be noted here that the Election Commission of India will not conduct the elections for panchayats as well as for the municipalities. See, the elections of the panchayats and municipalities are not conducted by the Election Commission of India. There is a separate election commission in every state that will conduct the elections for the municipalities as well as for the panchayats. The panchayats and the municipalities elections are conducted by the State Election Commission. This is the symbol of the Election Commission of India. Okay, so what is the composition of the Election Commission? See, the first one says that the Election Commission shall consist of a Chief Election Commissioner and such number of other election commissioners. It means that in Election Commission of India, there will be one Chief Election Commissioner as well as many number of election commissioners. Okay, these are appointed directly by the president. Okay, Election Commission, there will be a one Chief Election Commissioner as well as the two election commissioners. Okay, this is a 3-member body. There is a one Chief Election Commissioner and two election commissioners. These election commissioner, Chief Election Commissioner as well as the election commissioners are appointed by the President of India. Okay, these are appointed by the President of India on the aid and advice of the Council of Ministers headed by the Prime Minister. The appointment will be made by the President, but the recommendation of the names of the Chief Election Commissioner and the election commissioners will be given by the Council of Ministers and the PM, okay, for the President. This was the appointment procedure that was in the past, but recently the Supreme Court given the verdict about the appointment procedure of the Chief Election Commissioner as well as the election commissioners of India. Okay, the appointment will be made by the President. Okay, but on the advice of High Power Committee consisting of 3-member bodies. Which are these members? The one will be the Prime Minister and the second will be the Leader of Opposition of the Lok Sabha. If in case there is no Leader of Opposition of the Lok Sabha, then the leader of the largest political party in the Lok Sabha will be the part of the committee. Okay, and the third one is the Chief Justice of India. These are the 3 members that committee will recommend their name for the President in order for the appointment of the Chief Election Commissioner and election commissioners in India. The present Chief Election Commissioner is Mr. Rajiv Kumar, and the 2 other election commissioners are Mr. Anup Chandra Pandya and Mr. Arun Goel. Recently there was a controversy about Mr. Arun Goel. Okay, there was a controversy about the appointment procedure of Mr. Arun Goel as an election commissioner. What about the salaries, allowances and perquisites of the election commissioners as well as the chief election commissioners? See, the salaries of the election commissioner and the 2 election commissioners will be same. Okay, the salaries will be same, the allowances will also be the same, and the powers will also be equal. Okay, then what is the salary of the chief election commissioners and the election commissioners? See, the salaries of these members will be the similar to those of a judge of a Supreme Court. Okay, then what is the salary of the judge of a Supreme Court? The salary of the judge of the Supreme Court is 2,50,000 per month. Okay, 2,50,000 per month. Okay, This 2,50,000 per month will also be the salary of the chief election commissioners, chief election commissioner as well as the two election commissioners. Okay. If in case if there is any difference of opinion amongst the chief election commissioner or two election commissioners, then the matter is decided by the majority. Then what is the tenure of office of the chief election commissioner and election commissioner? The tenure of office will be either for 6 years or until they attain 65 years of age. Okay. For example, if any of the member is appointed as the chief election commissioner at the age of 55, okay, until the age of 65, he can't be serving for the post of chief election commissioner. Okay, he will only be in office for only 6 years. That is, until 61 years, he can be appointed as the chief election commissioner. The removal procedure of election commissioner and chief election commissioner are different. Okay, the chief election commissioner is provided with the security of the tenure. Okay, that is until the age of 65 years or 6 years. Okay. Now, what is the removal procedure of the chief election commissioner? See, he can be removed on the same grounds of a judge of a Supreme Court. Okay. In other words, we can say that he can be removed by the president. Okay, he can be removed by the president, but on the basis of resolution passed by both houses, that is Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. In Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, there will be a resolution on a special majority. Okay. On this basis, he will be removed. The chief election commissioner will be removed. Okay. Then what is the definition of this special majority? See, this special majority says that the two-thirds of the members present and voting plus absolute majority. Okay, plus the absolute majority. The two-thirds of the members of both houses, that is the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, okay, of present and voting plus the absolute majority. Okay, for example, the total strength of Lok Sabha is 543. Out of 543 members, on that day, there are the 400 members will be present on that day and they will also vote. Okay, out of 400, 350 members are in favor of removal of chief election commissioner. Okay, they are in favor of removal of chief election commissioner. Okay, and the rest 50 members will be against the removal of chief election commissioner. Okay, now as I told you, what is meant by simple majority? Two-thirds of the members present and voting. Okay, how many members are present on that day? 400. Okay, the two-thirds of the 400 is how much members? How many members are? The two-thirds of the 400 is how many members are present? 267. See, this is the majority. Okay, two-thirds of the 400 is 267. But how many of the members are in favor of the removal of chief election commissioner? 350. Okay, this 350 is more than 267. Then that first criteria will be passed, and after that there should be a absolute majority. What is an absolute majority? More than 50% of the members present. Okay, more than 50% of the total strength of the house. Okay, what is the strength of the house? 543. Okay, more than 50% is 267. Okay, then that chief election commissioner can be removed. Okay. And also, he does not hold his office till the pleasure of the president. Then, who will be appointed till the pleasure of the president in India? The governor is appointed and he will be serving till the pleasure of the president. Okay. See, in a constitution, nowhere has been mentioned or nowhere has been prescribed about the qualifications of the Chief Election Commissioner as well as the election commissioners in India. Okay. But in reality, the retired IAS officers as well as the IRS officers are appointed as the Chief Election Commissioners as well as the election commissioners in India. Okay. But in Constitution, it has not been prescribed whether it is legally, educationally or administratively or judicially, any of the members of the election commissioner. Okay. The constitution has not specified the term of members of the election commission. Okay. There can be an appointment of n number of election commissioners as well. Okay. Next one is the constitution has not barred the retiring election commissioners from any further appointment by the government. See, it means that the election commissioners, when they get retired, they can also serve after their retirement in any of the government department. The next is what are the functions and the next is what are the powers and the functions of the election commission. Okay. See, to determine the territorial areas of electoral constituencies throughout the country, okay, on the basis of Delimitation Commission Act of Parliament. Okay, there is a commission called Delimitation. Okay, Delimitation Commission. What is the function of the Delimitation Commission? It will determine the territorial areas in the country, okay, for the electoral constituencies. The next point is to prepare and periodically revise the electoral rolls and to register all eligible voters. See, every year there will be a periodically revise of electoral rolls. Okay, whoever are the age of 18 years will be added in that electoral list. Okay, and whoever might be dead, they will be deleted from that electoral list. Okay. Next point is to notify the dates and schedules of elections and to scrutinize the nomination paper. Okay. This election commission will notify the dates and schedule of the elections and also they will declare the dates of election, also the declare the dates of the result of the elections also, and they will scrutinize the nomination papers of the candidates who are contesting the elections. The next point is to grant recognition to political parties and to allot election symbols to them. Okay, see, there are political parties, they will be given election symbols for their parties. Okay, and for the independent candidates who want to contest the election, they will be given a free symbols. Okay, on that they can choose any of the symbols in free symbol lists. As a code for settling disputes. Okay, what kind of disputes it might be? It might be a recognition of a political parties or allotment of the election symbols to them. Okay, if there is any disputes between two parties, see, there is a party A, there is a party B. If they prefer to have a same symbol, okay, if they prefer to have a same symbol, if they choose one symbol from that list, okay, then this election commission will act as a code. Okay, they will allot other symbols for both these parties. The next point is to appoint officers for enquiries into disputes relating to the electoral arrangement. When there is an elections are held, there will be officers. They will inquire about the disputes, okay, about regarding the elections. The next is to determine the code of conduct to be observed by the parties as well as the candidates at the time of elections. See, once the election commission of India notifies the election date, when it notifies the election date, from that notification, when it releases the notification till the declaration of result, there will be a model code of conduct, okay, till the declaration of results. That model code of conduct should be followed by all the political parties as well as the contestants who are contesting the elections. The next point says that to prepare a roster of publicity for the policies of a political parties on radio and TVs in times of elections. See, during elections, the political parties can do a publicity in TVs as well as in radios also. Okay. The next point says that to advise the president on matters relating to the disqualification of members of parliament. See, the Election Commission of India will advise the president in matters relating to the disqualification of members of the parliament. If any of the member of the parliament convicts in the court of law, then he will be disqualified. If he convicts more and he gets a punishment more than 2 years, then he will be disqualified. In case of a state legislature, in case of the members of the state legislature, the election commission will advise to the governor on matters relating to the disqualification of members of the state legislature. Okay. This is the table regarding the total votes polled in Lok Sabha elections. Okay. During 2014, in Lok Sabha elections, the total votes polled is 54.42 crores. But in 2019, there was increase in voting. Okay, see, you can see that it was 61.47 crore. But how many electorates were there? There were 83 crore, and in 2019 there were 91 crore. But the total voter turned out to be percentage. In percentage, you can see that during 2014 it is 66.44 percentage, and during 2019 it is 67.40 percentage. See, we can see the increase of percentage in voting also. And this is a gender gap. This is the male voting, okay, and this is a female voting percentage. We can see the gender gap. There is only 0.06 percentage of gender gap between a male and a woman. How much percentage of the Nota votes polled during general elections of Lok Sabha of 2019? In 2019, the total number of votes, that is Nota votes polled, is 65,22,772 votes. Okay. The next is the voter turnout percentage. What was the percentage of voting during 2019? It was 67.40 percentage. What was a voter turnout in 2014? It was 66%. But it from 2014 to 2019, it has been increased from 0.96 percentage. Okay. See, even an old lady is going for a polling booth in order to vote. See, this is called a future democracy. And also the transgender has become the presiding officer in Calcutta. Okay, she is a transgender who is working, who was as a presiding officer during elections. And also he is a physically challenged man. He don't have two hands also. He came in order to vote. And also, see, these are the twins. They casted their vote with the pride. Okay, this is a real democracy in India. This is the end of the chapter, Election Commission, and we will see you in the next session.